Hey, so welcome everyone to Sunday Restorative. It's a soulful Sunday, and we get to be here together, and that's what makes it in the spirit, this wonderful community that we have. So let's bring the bolster to our tailbone, keeping knees bent, relax back on the bolster. And for today, bring your hands behind you, palms behind the head, seatbelt the grip, so one on top of the other, no crossing fingertips. One on top of the other. And open up your shoulders. So we're going to start with the shoulders today, opening up our shoulders. Let the elbows open up and just keep your legs bent by placing the soles of the feet on the floor comfortably and just relaxing here. And as we relax here, we're going to do very gentle movements in the tailbone to help warm up our restorative posture for today. This is a reclined heart opener, using the support of the bolster, and all I'm doing is a very small movement. I'm going to make it bigger so you see it. My tailbone comes up, my tailbone comes down, and we're just going to go up and down and just work the core ever so slightly to help bring us into communication rather than conflict with ourselves. Right? So breathing and feeling. The breath comes all the way in and all the way out. Just moving that tailbone up and down, up and down, up and down as we open up those elbows, open up the heart. 10, 9, remembering if anything feels uncomfortable to modify and change. Remember, there is no must in yoga. There is no, you must do this. There's no such thing. There's no drill sergeant. There's no army. Right? This is all about allowing and accepting. This is a freedom. This is a sangha. This is an awakened practice of awareness, breath by breath, all movement into this moment. And if there's any pain in the shoulders, just relax your arms down and continue doing the tailbone tilts. No big deal. But it will just help extend and open the consciousness of our restorative practice. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's relax the movement down, tailbone to the floor. First, walk the legs open into 5-pointed stars, stretch open the feet, and then relax the arms to either side and get as comfortable as you can lying down on the ground. And remember, that's the beautiful thing about this posture. That first part just opens us up. And so now for the second part, we're going to squeeze glutes and release the glutes. So the glutes are the buttocks. Right? And we're just squeezing and releasing very gently now. So we're not doing tailbone tilts. We're just squeezing and releasing the glutes. And again, if there's any discomfort in your head, you can always place a blanket or a pillow. Or if you prefer to go back to having your arms underneath your head, you can do that as well. But just for now, squeeze and release your glutes as you release that tension from the base of the spine for 10, 9, 8, 7. 6. Relax your jaw, right? Move your teeth around. Squeeze your fingertips. Relax your toes. Last breath. And 1. Now settle into the posture. Let your head become relaxed. Let your heart become relaxed. Let your hands become relaxed. Let your hips become relaxed. Let your knees become relaxed. Let your feet become relaxed. Let your whole body relax. Even the breath becomes relaxed. So the lungs, the diaphragm, the nasal passage, the mouth, everything in the respiratory system is relaxed. And this is why it's restorative yoga. The key to this practice is to let go and let be. And what does that mean? Well, as yogis, we're scientists. So we're feeling the science of the breath through the body, through the mind. And so as we move the breath through the body, which it's what it's doing right now, through increasing our pranayama, our respiration practice, we are now in a position where we can just be. We're still breathing, but the breath has moved from automatic and is now shifted into natural. It's become shorter and perhaps sweeter. And that is the gift. That's the effort-reward ratio of body and bliss. As we increase physical movements, we can then relax deeper into them and not feel the pushback of pain in the body or suffering in the mind. But rather we stretch through that and we surrender. Through surrender, we find solace. We find soulfulness. We find in the spirit that communication with the breath, through the mind, through the body. And if we take mind, body, and breath together in a state of surrender, we have the experience of being in the spirit, not just with each other, but with ourselves. Because it always starts first with the self, and then it extends out to others. So we can never truly be authentic, real, or true to another unless we're authentic, real, and true with ourselves. And to do that, the only thing I've learned through this 15-year journey is through practice. There's no such thing as true, real, authentic without practice. Because it's the human that gets in the way of our being. And so we have to get out of our own way. We need to liberate the human in order to truly understand our being. So let's go radio silent. Nothing wrong with your screens. Nothing wrong with your monitors or speakers, right? Just allow and accept the silence of your space, or more technically, your place. And let's share our spaces together, right? What is our spaces? That's the silence we're going to experience. That's the rivers beneath these words of spaciousness and of stillness. So let's do one Brahmari all together, and we'll just go into a nice, quiet time, just breathing in deep. Deep breath in. Starting to wake from this beautiful awakening. It's almost like adult nap time. We go deep, deep, deep in, and we come back feeling very refreshed. But sometimes we can feel heavy. So we want to breathe deeply first. Don't move a finger, right? Start by inhaling through the nose. Just exhale through the mouth, push it all out. Rebound, feel that elasticity. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue to breathe. Start to move your fingertips and your toes. Relax your head side to side. Again, building it up slowly, slowly. Not just coming out of the posture. Okay, slowly, slowly to wake from this awakening. Squeeze your glutes, release your glutes. Squeeze your glutes, release your glutes. Right, that's your buttocks, right? Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your butt. Release it. Good. And now slowly bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Right, once the soles of the feet to the floor, tilt your tailbone up and down, just like we did earlier. Bring your hands behind you. Open up your shoulders. And you can keep your eyes closed the whole practice, the whole time. If you want to look and see at any point, if you're outside like me and just want to stare up at the blue sky, right, and just soak that energy in. Now is your time. This is also part of the restorative practice. It's not just about doing nothing, right? This no thing can be explained in many different ways, right? Stillness is anything but still. Remember, the earth is spinning around the sun at a velocity of like 300 kilometers or miles per hour. 300 million. So fast. Right? Breathing here, feeling here. Well, maybe not that fast actually, but it's moving really fast. I think it's like 300 or 30,000, somewhere in there. It's really fast. And then the sun is spinning really fast, right? And that's causing our whole solar system, right, to move really fast around other galaxies. It's just a lot of movement in all this stillness and all this nothingness. Good, guys, beautiful. From here, now we're going to start to awaken a little bit more. Hands on thighs, start to reach up to your knees. Just little tiny movements, little tiny movements. If it's too much, just relax back down, right? Just rub your hands on your thighs. But if you can, tuck your chin and just do little tiny movements to back bend in the opposite direction for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. From here, you can grab hold of your knees and just kick your feet, and that'll help you come up nicely. Beautiful. We're going to transition now into a forward fold position. Right, nice counter stretch. There's going to be 2 to 3 variations, so listen closely. Okay? Open up the legs first, so don't even worry about the bolster. Just kind of keep it there. Open up your legs first, nice and wide. Find yourself sitting more to the front, so leaning forward, leaning forward. So again, my heart is moving toward my bolster. Okay, moving toward my bolster. And then what we want to do is we want to take that bolster, right, and we want to place it just kind of underneath our chin. Okay, underneath our chin. And then start to rock forward. Rock forward, find a comfortable place. Okay, that's level 1. Just stay here. You're hugging it, holding it kind of from the bottom, seatbelt grip. It can be left or right or left. Right, chin is keeping my head from tucking too much, but it feels nice. And then again, whenever I feel like I'm falling too far back, right, come forward. Come forward, but keep this position. Because ultimately you can take it all the way to the floor, right? You're just creating an incline, an angle, a support. Rock back and forth, back and forth. And as you slowly drift side to side, just feel that energy from your hips all the way up through your heart and move all the way up to your head. We're going to do this for 10 deep breaths in, all the way in, all the way out, increasing our parasympathetic activity, that which helps us relax, release, and restore that which helps us rest and digest our experience. Good, deep breath. Exhale fully. Curl that spine. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Try and relax your grip a little bit more, right? By just taking your hands to either side of the bolster now, or just to the floor, palms facing down. And again, just having that bolster in a good position where you can lean forward and it stops you from going any more forward. That's why you want to kind of have your hands there, but you don't want to be putting tension in your fingertips. It's more about just almost like propping a door by stopping the bolster from going forward. You can put your thumbs in front of the bolster, that way palms down. And then again, if your bolster starts to run away, it's going to run into your thumbs. So now you don't have to have any tension in your hands. If you'd like to try a little bit of a deeper modification, right, you can bring the bolster a little bit more forward, place the bolster onto your forehead, right, and start to come a little bit more forward. But again, you'll have to keep your chin tucked, right? You don't want to go into a backward bend. Remember, this is again just a modified version. If you don't like it, just come back. I actually prefer this one. Again, this was something that came intuitively by practicing restorative yoga on my own. Being taught the forehead way is nice, but I find it just creates a little bit too much tension as I relax. Here I can relax my chin, right? My head does go in the direction I want it to go. Tuck your chin, right? Push that bolster down. Use your thumbs to keep your bolster from running away, but your fingers are totally relaxed. It's all about the breath, riding the waves of breath, allowing yourself to go deeper and deeper. There's an old axiom or maxim, an old proverb that goes, the calm is always calmest after the storm. The calm is always calmest after the storm. And as yogis, we know why this is. It's because yoga is a practice of liberation. What are we liberating? The body. What is the body? It's a synonym for the mind. How do we liberate the body and the mind? Through breath. What happens when we liberate the body and mind through breath? We become realized. What are we realizing? The self. So ourselves are meeting our universal. So the personal self is meeting the universal self, the cosmic self, the galactic self, the karmic self, the everlasting self, the spiritual self, the unending self, the capital S self, as it's referred to in yoga. So for the last little bit in this posture, just let the bolster go down to the ground. Bring your forearms. I like to stack my fists one on top of the other and just drop my forehead down onto my fists and just allow that to relax. Some people can go all the way down. That's not very restorative for me. I would start with one fist. That's restorative for me. Okay. And then I might eventually go to the ground. But for now, I'm going to start with two fists because I really just want to relax. And again, we're being supported by the object, by the prop, by the bolster. But support, there's still effort. And we want to release that effort. We want it to become as effortless as possible. And in order to do that, we have to experience the reward, or else there will be no motivation to keep releasing the effort. And so once you really understand it, the secret becomes sought. The effort is the reward. If I drop down to one hand and I bring my forehead to one fist, which I'm going to do now because it feels right to do, there's the reward. It feels great. If it doesn't feel great, then there's too much effort involved. And therefore, it's better to feel the reward by backing off. And this is really important to realize. We are here for the reward as effort. We're neither here for the effort nor the reward. We're not here to do a fitness class. We're not here to intoxify ourselves. We're here to have effort as reward. The mind and body is the breath. No mind, no breath. No body, no breath. And you can change the directionality. No breath, no body, no life. No breath, no mind, no life. Good, and let's do one Brahmari all together to go a little bit deeper into a little bit of silence, to explore that inner spaciousness and to experience that stillness that surrounds us. Deep breath in. just as slowly as we came in. Start by just relaxing the hands side to side. Start to slowly straighten the arms. Stay forward. Open your jaw a few times. Stick out your tongue, lion's breath. Relax and feel. No real sudden movements, just nice and relaxed to help dissipate all that strong sensation. Good. Walking the hands behind you. A little bit more. Bring the soles of the feet to the ground one at a time. Take your time. You're gonna feel it. Good. And drop the knee to the bolster. Drop the knee onto the bolster. Drop the knee onto the bolster. Transitioning from side to side. And let it flow. Let it flow. And side to side. Side to side. Side to side. Side to side. Good. Excellent, everyone. Doing great. Beautiful. From here, we're going to lie down. No, we're not going to lie down. We're going to do something different. We're going to do pigeon, reclined pigeon, because we're already here. I was going to bring this back to an afterward, but we'll do it from here because we are here. So you'll notice the bolsters underneath me, underneath my knees, right? All I have to do is shift my weight to one side. We're going to go on the left side. And we're going to bring that right knee behind us. And as we bring that right knee behind us, we start to come up on the bolster because it's our support. And we form a beautiful deer pose. So I'll back up a little bit so you can see me a little bit better. Good. And so here we are. We're in our deer pose. So again, my back foot, right, is just free and relaxed. Nice and easy. It's not straight yet. And we don't need to do it straight, right? It's still technically pigeon pose, right? We're still gonna get it. Pigeon's just when you extend the leg fully back. And deer pose is the derivative when it's not. But first, a full minute to really relax. Remember, restoration is a reconnect of mind and body through breath. And we have to reconnect. It is connected, but through awareness, we reconnect it. We become aware, right? The seeker, the one who is seeking, the one who is chasing the horizon, right? The seeker becomes sought. They are it. Right? They are the horizon. They don't realize they are the horizon of another seeker's horizon. Where they once were looking out chasing, they are now at. But again, it continues to chase. And so at some point we settle. That's why we work with stillness, spaciousness, and silence. Because these are really rich terms, very strong variables. Good, so now that we've just been moving and grooving forward and back, listening to teachings, and start to intend, right? Find that inner tension to go forward, and then allow yourself to come down on your forearms. And again, you can use your fist, you can use the tops of your hands, you can use the floor, but whatever you choose, remember, stay in deer pose, or if you want to, you can kick the leg back and come into pigeon. Totally up to you, whichever you prefer. Just breathing here, feeling here. All that support, all that love, all that light. Integrate all this learning. So much to be learned through the practice. Being. Receive going nowhere but here. And that's the best part. And remember, the word best contains the word be. Right? So to be the best is to be our best self. It's within the word. It's your best. It's your best being. You're just being, and then you're being your best. It all contains the consciousness, the feeling, the knowledge of the experience in itself. So let's do one Brahmari to really relax here and go into silence. Deep breath in. Just as gently as you came in, you're going to gently come up. Take all the time you need. Slowly, slowly, coming up through your deer pose. Start to massage it up nice and easy. Right? We take it nice and easy. Feel, feel, feel. That's the consciousness. Love, love, love. That extends the consciousness. For yourself. Then for another. Then for all others. If we don't honor the self, if our ego is not our amigo, we're in big trouble. Because now we're resisting. Now we're searching for answers. How to eradicate, how to destroy, how to break down. Such destructive, negative language when it comes to ego. But you never ever heard me say. Because the ego is a bridge, right? It was once described to me in India as an eye, right? The eye is a bridge, literally. It's an eye, like the number 1. And when you work through the ego, the eye lowers and it becomes a bridge to the next phase of yourself. And so the self involves the body just as much as the mind. So we can't just fix or force it. We have to allow and accept it. Again, our ego is our amigo. Fantastic, guys. Shifting sides now. All you have to do is bring the leg in front. Again, just relaxing it. Up and down, up and down. Let it flow, let it go. Give yourself a nice little transition. Good. And same thing as before. So we're going to the right side right now. So on the right side, I walk, I shift, walk, shift, over to the opposite side. And then that left knee comes to the ground, right on the other side. My foot is free. It's back here free. And remember, you can stretch it out straight, but we'll do that later. Or for now, stay in deer pose, get nice and comfortable. Make sure that hip is supported. Because in this posture, when we do it, and not this way, what happens, right? We got all that space down to the hip, and that's what makes it extra strong. And so we're restoring it now, right? We're resting it. We're rejuvenating it in a different way. That's why it's called Hatha Yoga, right? Ha is the sun, the solar. Tha is the moon, it's the lunar. So the Ha represents the masculine, and the Tha represents the feminine. The Yang is represented by the sun, by the Ha, and the Tha, the moon, is represented by the feminine. So that is the Yin. And so now thinking of Yin, thinking of surrender, thinking of restorative, restoring, right? Let yourself come down and relax. Because everything you could ever want and be, you already have it all. Let yourself surrender. And if it feels good, straighten the leg. Right? And if it doesn't, just go back. Breathing all the way in, all the way out. Getting into a good way. Getting into a relaxed way. Feel, feel, feel. Breath by breath, just feeling the healing, allowing the body to restore, allowing the mind to restore. That's why this is a restorative practice. We're restoring the mind and the body through the breath. And there's a science to it. Know that movement deeply and positively affects the cerebellum and thus neuroplasticity. It's movement that is the stimulus. It's movement that is the medicine. For the nervous system, for the immune system, breath by breath, we are an apothecary. We are a pharmacy. Restorative yoga can be prescriptive. You can take this to help heal, along with everything else that helps you heal. And what are we healing? Our health. What are we healing? Our wellness. We don't think of it in those terms. But that's what awareness does. It brings you just a little higher, a little deeper into the experience of who and what you are. So let's go into that experience a little deeper. One Brahmari to bring us into silence. Deep breath in. gently as you came in. It's a gentle journey to come out. Slowly, slowly. And everything relax. Right? Move it around. Right? Come back into your deer pose. Right? Settle in. Feel. Reconnect. Rejuvenate. Restore your body. Right? Feel those hips. Clean out those proverbial drum drawers. Right? Deep down. Right? We don't even know we have strong sensation, or dare I say pain, down there until we really start to go down. It's kind of like a lot of people's basements, right? We don't realize how much stuff we have stored down there until we have to clean it out, right? It looks like there's not that much stuff. When we start to actually have to clean it, we start to realize that we may be in over our heads. That's why we take a gentle journey. That's why in all yoga, there should never be any injury. I got injured in yoga when I started because I wasn't doing yoga. I was doing some sort of fitness class and told that I had to do something. And from that lesson, never again, right? Never again did it happen. And so far, so good. And so shall it be with you, right? Natural movements. Allow and accept where you're at. Don't force, don't fix. All right, beautiful guys, coming forward. Bring those soles of the feet in front. Relax side to side. Windshield wipe with the knees side to side. Use that bolster to give yourself a little lift. Oh, wow, time goes by so quickly. All right, we are ready for Shavasana. So, I'm placing my bolster just underneath my knees. Take my hands behind me, and I start to gently lie down. First onto one elbow, then onto the other, and then using a little bit of core strength, bring yourself down all the way. And again, from my place to your place, let's soak up the space, right? That's what Shavasana is. It's about increasing spaciousness, more so than any other posture. That's why we sleep lying down. This is the recharge station. Lie flat on your back, relax your head, right? Your knees are nice and relaxed on that bolster. And again, just breathe and be. Let's do one Brahmari to bring us into spaciousness. Deep breath in. push all the breath out of your body. Ten. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Hold the breath. Hold the breath in, twinkle your fingers like stars, roll up through the head. Waking from this awakenedness, and relax, sigh it out. Fantastic. Slowly, slowly, blink your eyes open. Feel, feel, feel. Love, love, love. Stretching up. And over your head. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Beautiful. Rolling over onto right or left side. Let's come on up to a comfortable seated position on our bolsters. And we sit nice and comfortable on our bolsters, right? Just relax the heart forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Take a deep breath in, hold the breath, come forward. Look up, feel up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale, tuck chin, push heart back. And stay here, hold the breath for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, slowly coming up. Find that comfortable seated position. Bring your hands together and start to create some good vibrations. Good energy. Right? Feel, feel, feel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open up those palms. Feel, feel, feel. Feel the energy within you. Feel it all around you. We're going to close our practice. We're going to close our palms as we chant the mantra. Deep breath in. Shanti, shanti, peace, peace, peace. In your hearts, in your lives, and everything that you see, are, and be. The divine in me sees and shares the divine in you. In love, with love, through love. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. Namaste. Yay! Such a great class. Thank you, everyone.